Go back and we're starting the second world here with level 5. Level 5 and this whole world in general is going to be kind of focused around water. Water doesn't really do much mechanically. It kind of shakes your ship if you run to it, and it reduces splash damage effect from anything hitting it, so missiles and such aren't going to do much damage if they're hitting water. Beyond that, yeah, not much else to note. This is a level where, as I noted in the last video, you can get a new Helix Cannon if for some reason you've lost the previous one. That said, I generally recommend just keeping safety saves and loading if something happens that causes you to lose your Helix Cannon. But I will go ahead and show off where that extra Helix Cannon pickup is. It's a little out of the way, but not too bad. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. So, right off the bat, you've got a shield pickup here available for pickup. You're just going to fly past these sidearms and come over here, down into this second gorge. Not the first one here. A couple of shield pickups on the sides here, too. If you want to kill the sidearms and get a little more safety. This level can be a little tricky, so the extra safety might be worth it. Anyway, you're going to head down here and head up to the left. Watch these mines. There's kind of a gap you can squeeze between on the bottom left cluster, or you can just shoot them out. Kind of a couple of diamond claws lurking around here, so watch out for that. I don't think it really matters which way you fly, but since I try to aim for this gap under the mines on the left, I usually go to the left side. New enemy type here. These guys can shoot concussion missiles, so, you know, the aforementioned trait of water reducing splash damage is potentially relevant here. Those missiles will do a little bit of blast damage. A couple shield pickups here, too, that you can grab if you like. In fact, you can also take this center passage down towards the blue key if you like. I don't think there's a huge difference between coming down here or going over to this center hole. Okay, no, I'm trying to remember what's in these waterfalls, if there's any good safety pickups. Oh, there is an energy to shield converter on the right side, which isn't likely to do much for safety on this round because the energy to shield converter lets you convert energy in excess of 100 into shields at a 2 energy to 1 shield point ratio. So it's useful in levels with lots of extra energy pickups, but I think this is not one of them. And there's a much more convenient energy to shield converter in the next level that you can pick up as well. So anyway, blue key is over here. There is a little bit of a trick here. This blue key has a trap associated with it that raises and lowers a few walls and forces you to go slightly out of your way to hit a switch. But if you very carefully just barely touch the blue key, you actually avoid that trigger. I'm just going to inch forward here, and that should be good. Do note that a couple of trap doors open up on your way out, though, containing a couple diamond claws, so after you grab the key, you want to move quickly. If you move quickly enough, you'll be well past these pits before they open up. So, if I did the skip correctly with the blue key, there will not be grates blocking this passageway. Just to show what happens if you don't get the skip. We go all the way into this. There's the thief bot. Then when we come back here, there's grates blocking it. You have to then go up the center passage, which will contain a couple more enemies from additional opened ambushes. And you have to hit this switch on the right side to open some of the walls to proceed forward. So then you just backtrack out of here. Now this, we also see our first cloaked enemy here. There's generally going to be a cloaked diamond claw coming at you as you come down this passageway. It's generally a good idea to kill it because there's a chance it will drop a cloaking device, which it just did here, and that'll make the next part of this level a little bit easier. You're going to fly across here, head down this waterfall, and turn around, go under this waterfall. And this is where we pick up the other primary weapon we'll be using. The Gauss Cannon is right at this intersection. And the blue door, the rest of the keys and such are straight ahead from this juncture. Straight ahead over there. That said, I am going to show off, I believe, if you would... I did mention that there is a Helix Cannon available for pickup in this level if you end up needing it. If you need the Helix Cannon, then when you come down this waterfall over here, instead of turning around and going through the waterfall, just head forward, hang a right this way, and then head down here. Incidentally, there's also an Afterburner in here, so, yeah, should you like, accidentally die, like I did in the previous video, and lose all your equipment, you can mostly get restocked here with Afterburner and Helix. You can also reach it going straight down from the start and turning right at the bottom of the gorge. You can see that passage will link back to this this junction room here. If you'd like the Helix and Afterburner earlier before you go for the blue key. But anyway, yeah, watch out for there's a hidden room behind here. A lot of shield pickups here if you are in need of safety, but there's a sidearm hiding in there, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you don't get hit by that. So anyway, let's get back on track. Head over this way and get back to where the blue door. So red door's over here. That's where the reactor is. Gonna turn up this shaft. There's a sidearm right in the way. There's no way to get around fighting this thing. You gotta take it down. Helix Cannon thankfully chews through it pretty quickly. And yeah, once we get to the top of the room here, there are two ways into the blue area, but also there is a hidden door over here with an additional cloaking device. If you don't get the earlier cloaking device or it runs out by the time you get here, you can pick it up to make this section a little easier. There are quite a few diamond claws in pretty tight tight corridors here. So I don't recommend taking, like, you know, your instinct is to pop up here and just go through the first door, but I would actually recommend taking this door, because this is much closer to the red key. You just go around this corner, and the red key is right here. This one, I believe, just like the blue key, also has a trap that can be bypassed if you just barely touch the red key, but it's a lot stricter. You have to really just barely touch it, and the gains are much smaller, because the walls that raise, like, that you need to get past, the switches to lower them are right next to it, so it really doesn't save much time. I'll try and go for it here just to demonstrate, but, I don't think I got it. Yeah, the wall's raised. But yeah, you can see, raises a wall there, there's a switch right here, you just gotta shoot through a diamond claw to get at it. So the benefit of actually getting that skip is pretty small. Honestly, I don't think I even go for it, because slowing down to try and land the skip, like to just nudge yourself forward into it, just enough to pick it up without triggering the trap, the benefit is so small that it's better. I think it's generally better to just careen into it full speed and turn around and deal with the consequences. And the diamond claw often drops the extra shield, so, you know. You can also grab the cloak after doing the blue key area if you didn't need a reach, if you got the earlier random cloak drop. Or you just feel like saving it for the reactor room. You can grab the cloak over there right now if you want, on the way down instead. Or you can just skip the cloak entirely if you want to just push for as much speed as possible. Cloak is ultimately just a safety, but this level is pretty dangerous, so it's worth considering. Do note that a couple of ambushes will open up at the bottom of this room on your way down. You've got these two little side rooms with a couple of enemies in them. And there's lots of diamond claws wandering around down in this open, into this lower area, just in general, so also something to, you know, anticipate diamond claws being in the way a lot of the time. Anyway, we are coming up on the reactor room here. This is so we just got a couple of these drones here, and then the reactor room is here. Reactor's right there, but it's behind a force field. Kind of difficult to hit, actually. You can get up close with it with the Helix Cannon, or you can swap to the lasers if you have quads. If you don't have the quads, the damage is going to be super low on it. There is also a way to lower the force field entirely. I actually don't remember offhand those. I think you have to just go fly around in the tunnels, the lower tunnels in the room, and it just lowers it. There's a trigger for it that you fly through at some point, and it lowers it. But, yeah, generally you're just going to want to take out the reactors as fast as possible. Yeah, if you have quad lasers, you can just shoot it from here, without getting in and aggroing the sidearm. And, you know, quad lasers have a very consistent spread, so it's easy to consistently get all the shots in between the force field bars with lasers, and it deals enough damage that it destroys it pretty quickly. Thiefbot just stole my afterburner. But yeah, this escape sequence coming up is one of the longest ones. So you gotta be mindful of that. We actually have not even passed by the exit in our route so far. The exit's gonna be way over here in the first large gorge coming out of the starting room, down at the bottom and to the left, and then up a little side passage. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna head back to this intersection junction right down there. Hang a right to get to this intersection junction over here, then hang another right and just follow the river until you see till you get past the large gorge in the main room, and then head up the next passage. So let's show what that looks like. Yeah, another ambush opens up in this room. A couple of those fog spots pop out of the sides. Generally not a threat, just need to keep moving. So you're gonna head this way, hang a right, hang another right here. You can also, like, you know, this is the room with where the Helix Cannon is, so, like, you can pick it up here on the way out if you still need to. Probably wouldn't recommend it, though. That's a long time to go without your Helix Cannon if you're missing it for some reason. You're probably going to suffer on damage output and have a hard time pushing through Diamond Claws and killing the reactor quickly. So hang it right here. Might be an enemy or two along the way. And then here, you'll see that computer in the wall with the J. Turn upwards at it. Watch for there's gonna be sidearms on the left and right. They might pepper you with some damage on the way out, so be mindful if your shield is low here. Might want to save an afterburner boost to just try and sprint past them, if that's the case. And there's the exit. So, let's go ahead and review. Let's put it all together. Open the door. You can grab this shield on the way if we'd like. Up to the bottom left corner to try and hide under these vines. Missed it. Down in this gap. Keep coming up here. Let's just bump it lightly. I am out of practice on this. I think that should be good. Oh, nope, wasn't good. Okay. That means we gotta go up this way. Shoot the switch instead. Should be our cloak diamond claw in here somewhere. Didn't get the cloak drop, unlucky. Head down this. Move back through the waterfall. Pick up the Gauss Cannon. Clear out these enemies. I'm actually gonna switch to Gauss Cannon here. Like, it's worthwhile to make these diamond claws a little easier sometimes to use the Gauss Cannon instead. We'll go ahead and grab this cloak just to make the end of this level a little easier. Some potential problems with the diamond claws there, but
self-destruct sequence activated.
And Gauss Cannon is much better for opening doors. Oh, and Thiefbot randomly stole my cloak. That's gonna make this exit a little spookier. Yeah, this spot is usually there in that choke point. You need to shoot him out of the way most of the time. 30 shield should be enough to survive whatever these sidearms throw again. There we go. So that's level 5. We'll be covering level 6 next. Thank you.